The story of people and parrots has been one of love and loss. People love parrots. As far as we know, they always have, and they likely always will. They are loved for their intelligence, their companionship, and their beauty. We marvel at their cleverness and their ability to talk. And because of our fascination for parrots, millions of them are now cherished pets in our homes. Yet sadly, over the centuries, we have loved parrots nearly to death. Because of human pressure, 1 in 4 species is threatened, making them the most endangered group of birds on Earth.
The biggest threats that parrots face today are a combination of trafficking for the pet trade and loss of habitat. For some species, the trafficking has driven them to the very brink of extinction. Other species are facing primarily the loss of their forest habitats, or they're threatened by introduced species such as rats on Pacific Islands.
Over time, parrots have evolved to live in almost every environment. From snow-capped peaks to scorching deserts to rainforests throughout the world. They play an important ecological role in the areas where they are found. And yet today, these magnificent birds need protection and restoration in the wild places where they are found. They need relief from the pressures of the pet trade. And the millions of parrots that are pets in our homes need our help to ensure they have long, happy, and healthy lives. The World Parrot Trust has been working diligently to ensure that parrots survive in the wild and thrive in our homes.
Hello, I'm Mike Reynolds, and I was the founder of the World Parrot Trust back in 1989. And the 2 objectives are, first of all, to work for the survival of parrot species in the wild, and secondly, to work for the welfare of captive parrots. We've had projects which we've conducted for the World Parrot Trust, which have taken place in 22 countries.
In the past 15 or 20 years, a lot of things have changed with the parrot trade, and several countries which were major exporters previously have stopped exporting, and several countries such as the United States and the countries of the European Union have stopped importing. And so there have been some very dramatic changes in where parrots are coming from and where parrots are going to. Currently, the largest exporters of parrots in South America are Guyana and Suriname, on the northern part of South America. And in Africa, some of the bigger countries would be Senegal, Mali, and Cameroon.
Caring for wild parrots is an often difficult and complicated task. The expansion of our world often means the destruction of theirs. It takes more than habitat protection, however, to save these birds. For many threatened parrots require direct conservation support to help protect them from predators, disease, and even bad weather, which can affect eggs and chicks. Field teams from the Trust often work in the nests, assisting the brooding birds to help chicks survive. Parrot homes are also under threat. Both the trees they nest in and the forests in which they feed. Researchers from the Trust study the threats to parrot habitat, then work to restore their foraging areas. Often they also provide the parrots with safe nest boxes to ensure their recovery. Studies have proven that coordinated activities and direct conservation efforts really work to save these birds. By preserving their habitat and reducing the level of nest poaching, the World Parrot Trust has now helped to save 42 species of wild parrots in 22 countries. Working with a large network of parrot researchers around the world, the Trust has also helped to ensure the legal protection for parrots, both at the local and international level. The worldwide demand for pet parrots means that many continue to be trapped in large numbers to support the trade in these exotic birds. Because parrots live so long and mate for life, trapping them from the wild has a strip mining effect, with virtually no chance for the populations to recover. In the end, what is left are silent and sterile forests. Protecting parrots from this unsustainable trade requires work at many levels, from physically guarding birds' nests right on up through international conventions. The World Parrot Trust works at all levels, encouraging countries to end the exploitation of their native birds and urging rich consumer countries to stop importing exotic parrots. For 6 years, the Trust spearheaded a European campaign, gathering the support of over 200 other organizations, all focusing their energies on stopping wild bird imports to the European Union. In July of 2007, that dream was realized when a permanent ban came into effect, sparing over 4 million birds every year. With that significant accomplishment behind them, the Trust is now focusing on Asia, South America, and Africa, with the eventual hope of halting all trade in wild-caught parrots. In the heart of Africa, the Trust has helped local partners to stop 2 large shipments of over 1,000 African gray parrots. Once these birds were confiscated, the Trust supported their rehabilitation, treatments for disease, and eventual release back into the wild. Recently, we have learned a great deal about how to care for and breed these birds. And parrots are now living a long time, 60 years or more, and reproducing well in captivity. This factor alone has led to an overproduction of parrots. The Trust encourages people who are contemplating a pet parrot to seriously consider the lengthy lifespan of these birds and the depth of commitment involved in their care. Even for young adults, a pet parrot can easily outlive them. To help parrot owners ensure the highest welfare for parrots in their care, the World Parrot Trust publishes a variety of resources, both on the internet and in print. Citizen, its quarterly magazine, has been published for 2 decades and in 5 languages, providing a growing number of parrot fanciers with the information to assure a better life for their birds. Through these efforts, the Trust raises awareness on the methods necessary to solve the many difficulties faced by parrot owners. For 20 years, the World Parrot Trust has worked hard to protect parrots through the support of thousands of committed members, volunteers, and donors from all around the globe. With their help, the Trust has accomplished a great deal, but there is still much work to be done.